We're going to get to something you tweeted this weekend, Bull.
Yes.
Before we do that, a quick reminder that Yahoo Fantasy is the #1 fantasy football app. With fantasy football season starting back up, Yahoo is the only place you should be going for your fantasy football leagues advice. It is the simplest, the easiest to use. It's been around. It's reliable. We cannot recommend Yahoo Fantasy highly enough. We even use it here at the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. And to celebrate 28 years of fantasy greatness, Yahoo Fantasy is dropping 28 new features over the next 28 days, giving you more ways to play, more ways to draft, and more ways to win. It all begins on August 4th. Stay tuned and get started by creating or joining a Yahoo Fantasy Football League at yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. That is yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. And let's make this fantasy season the best one yet. Well, over the weekend, I saw a tweet that I bookmarked. And then I saw you quote tweeted it about 10 minutes later. This was the initial tweet from Robert Mays, who's been a guest on this show before. He's one of the hosts of the Athletic Football Show, great show. And Robert tweeted this, quote, "We have never been more lost in the sauce when it comes to training camp reactions and videos. Allowing fans to experience practice is great, and obsessing over every minute detail. Minute detail. Even though he's put minute, he meant minute.
Yeah.
Or maybe it is minute, whatever. Every minute detail of your team's chances is part of the fun. But we have lost the plot entirely." To which you quote tweeted, "Bingo."
Yeah.
Bull, has the excess of camp videos and access in certain regards actually hurt the way we now as a society evaluate certain aspects of football, players, teams, and all the above?
Well, you listen, that's not how the coaches and GMs evaluate players, but football is a monster, right? It is the biggest thing, not only in sports, but in television. Being a sponsor for a football game on TV is the best thing you could be, because sports is the only thing for that the majority of people still watch live. So people are more likely to sit through a commercial on a sporting event than anything else. And they're more likely to watch football, especially the NFL, more than any other sporting event. So it is beyond the monster, right? And our coverage of the NFL connects with that. Like, coverage is, people didn't cover training camp like this ever. Now we get videos or pictures of every single practice rep. And what has happened, this isn't exclusive to Cleveland at all. It's across the country. What has happened now is we have, I think ESPN Cleveland puts out a tracker every day. Completion percentage, touchdowns, interceptions of every quarterback in practice. And I think what fans are doing, he said, and I agree with him, it gives fans access, it gives fans excitement. That's beautiful. The unfortunate part of this, in my opinion, is that people are looking at these numbers and fans are thinking about these numbers that they're seeing as if it's somehow equivalent to how you'd look at numbers from a game, which is just absurd.
I agree.
There's no context.
Not at all.
There's no differentiation between 7-on-7, 11-on-11. Most of the time, it's happening with no pads. Even if guys are wearing pads, the quarterback has no threat of getting hit. And although neither of you guys play quarterback, you did play, so you understand better than most people that if a quarterback is not worried about getting hit, it's a lot easier to play quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is not to knock any quarterback on the Browns. It's not to knock any quarterback on any other team. I'd rather the players look good. If they look bad in these situations, that would be alarming. So I'm happy that all these guys are completing most of their passes and throwing touchdowns, whatever it is. But I saw Zach, there was a play the other day, I think it was Kenny Pickett, maybe the day he got hurt. I don't know, was that Saturday or whatever day that was. And I saw 6 different tweets from Browns beat reporters saying, nice touchdown pass by Kenny Pickett. And the last one was Zach Jackson. And he said, touchdown pass from Kenny Pickett. But in parentheses, he wrote, well, he would have been sacked. And that's totally, like.
So now what you got to do, and how I do it.
They said that about Shador yesterday.
I don't care who it is. It's irrelevant who the player is.
What I got to do, what you got to do is I say, listen, if they're not allowed sacking them, I'm not giving what would be sacks. I just have to evaluate that in a vacuum and say, all right, you threw the ball, you caught it. Obviously, we know you can't be tackled, so I'm not going to say that would have been a sack, right? Here's what I will say, Boo. The reason it is like that, and I've always said it, football and the powers that be have done a great job of doing this. Football is the perfect mix of real life, good versus evil, bad versus good, rich versus poor, politics, religion, all wrapped up in a nice little bow that gives you everything you want to see. It's a soap opera. It's 24 hours. So when you talk about people in the league has realized that if we make it like this, they created the word franchise quarterback. Mm-hmm. They created the word face of the franchise. Mm-hmm. So that means you've elevated one person to deity status. It doesn't matter if you're a lineman or you're in the front office or if you sell tickets. That quarterback has now become the face of the entire organization, right? So now you sold him as this is who the guy you're putting your bet on. And now people, obviously it's human nature. People identify with people. People see different characteristics that they like in that person. So that what they do is they identify with them and they're like, well, listen, I'm a guy who was always counted out. No, I'm quiet. I just go about doing my job. You know what? I like that Dylan Gabriel kid. I like him. 3rd round pick. I think he's going to be something. Somebody said, man, you know what? I'm a guy who was, I was a 1st round pick. I got a raw deal. I thought I was done wrong at my last job. I was looked over a little bit. You know what? I identify with Kenny Pickett. You know what? How many people in this country, they have gone through ageism? How many people you get to a point, you're at the highest of your career, they say, we need you to take a pay cut because we're going to get some of this young talent out of the workforce and we're going to replace you. You know, you get to be the Walmart greeter. Like, you're like, but I'm a CEO. They're like, nah. You know what? I like Joe Flacco, and that's why I like him coming off the couch. Or you Shador Sanders, you're like, man, I think this kid is special. I think he's misunderstood. He's been in a spotlight. I like his family. I like Shador Sanders. This is all part of the beautiful game because now it makes it to a point where now when you watch football games, you're not just watching a game, you watching life. You're living through these people. Mm-hmm. And that is why when people tell you, I'm going to stop watching TV, McNuggets, the Browns didn't like this, I'm going to stop. You crazy? There's 2 things you do on Sunday. Some people go to church and some people turn their TV on. And when that TV is on, hey, it's only one day of the week.
Well, some people do both.
Yeah, they do both. Go do both, right? Go do both. But for that one day, football season, and that one day is the only day where people's wives know, don't play with me today.
That's a fact.
Your kids know, don't play with me today. I got you on Saturday. You do whatever you want. But you know, Bull, it's a full day. You gonna watch from sun up to sundown. You gonna talk about the players. You gonna
turn on Red Zone.
And you know what?
Commercialist football.
And it's blissful. Because that is your
Nothing
time.
like a football Sunday.
Nothing like it. The atmosphere. So the NFL did its job. And you know what? Shout out to, I'll take a little credit for the tracker. Shout out, shout out to the tracker, man. I said unacceptable. Shador was 12 or 14 in practice. You had him down. You 12 or 21. There was not 21 passes thrown in that period. I need to see the numbers. But I will say, but it's all tongue in cheek. It's all good.
I just think as a collective media, I don't blame fans. I think as a collective media, we got to be better than analyzing how good a quarterback is based on a throwing practice. I just think as a collective group, we're doing a poor job there.
Yeah. Also, I would say, too, I think we do a very poor job in this. I feel like everybody, no matter who you are, I'm very sincere in this, I feel everybody should be busting down some tape at some point.
If you ain't busting tape down,
I can't. If I ask you, I say, listen.
if you ain't looking at the tape,
I say, listen.
man,
Let me
like, I
ask
don't
you
know
what
how
you think
an
about.
analyst.
What do you think about this person personally? Like, what did you see? And they say, well, listen, I ain't no analyst. I'm an opinion person. I'm like, bro, it's sacrilege. Tyvis, no, if you're a former player, we sign a spiritual contract. You must bust down at least 12 hours of tape. It don't matter because you feel bad if you don't see
No,
it.
because then you just guessing.
I want to guess.
I want to be able to look at it and tell
Doing
you.
12 hours of practice tape?
No, I'm just
talking
gonna,
about back
I
when I
gotta
was-
pull up.
Games.
No,
No,
like-
what about now?
We don't have access to practice tapes.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't. You ain't getting
won't
that.
look at
And we
that.
can't even record that. They be following me around. They got the FBI. They said, G.
But the
Bush.
all 22, you get that game. I love the all 22
Man.
because you get all them angles.
Man.
You could definitely look at it and kind of figure out what the call is, what the coverage is, and kind of figure out what that guy was thinking and how he got beat. That's how you become a better analyst, especially when you're looking in the secondary. But it's very obvious. The tape don't lie. That's why I say if you just watch tape, like it's very obvious sometimes what happened.
It's
or
how-
why that play happened.
It's how we came to the conclusion Deshaun Watson was not balling. There was a conference call.
Well, yeah.
And everybody said
Oh,
the
no.
conference call was like, hey, bro, yeah, it ain't looking good.
The only time the tape may lie is when it comes to Sean King analyzing Jameis Winston.
Bro, listen, Jameis Winston is the great, listen,
I can't. He still ain't starting.
but Jameis Winston is really good, but not. It's messed up because he's good, but he's not good, right? Because what makes him great,
Giveth and he taketh.
what makes him great is his not giving a you know what.
Yeah.
Like that, I'm gonna throw it right there, and it be going there 70% of the time, but the other 3 is picks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of which, who's they expecting to start for the Giants? Do you know, Mike?
Russell Wilson was named the
Russell
starter.
Wilson.
Oh, he was
wasn't
named the starter?
yet. No.
I swear they said he was named the starter.
Officially? I didn't see
I
that.
swear I seen it like maybe 2 or 3 days ago.
Hey, McNuggets, tell
Why
us
can't I
about
think
your
of the
boy
name of
Jackson
Russell
Dart.
Wilson's wife?
Sierra.
Yeah. Jackson Dart. Hey, they say, but I don't know. What you think, McNuggets?
If Russell Wilson and Ciara
Sierra.
Sierra.
Oh, he
Sierra.
was officially named the starter.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
were both just
what you thought I was
regular
lying to you?
Joes,
Regular Joes.
he'd have no shot with her.
What do you mean? Russell Wilson.
You know what? I'm not going to speak on that. Not even going to go down
Here's
that
why-
road. I would just say, do your history. Do some history.
hey, Russell Wilson got that. He got that he got the junior church pastor swag. He'll tell like
Just do some history.
Yeah,
that's
like,
all.
Why?
Just do some
If
history.
I'm saying if they're regular Joes, if
Just
they
do some
weren't
hi-
famous.
Just do some history.
just look at
You
look
need
that
to-
up.
She's
Make sure you look at her history.
Right.
Look at her
Oh,
history.
she's dated some ugly people.
I'm just
What
telling
are
you to look at her history.
I shouldn't say
that's
he's
all
ugly.
I'm
He's
gonna
not
say.
ugly, but she's at his league.
Shout out to Sierra too.
This year is a banger, man.
Yeah.
It
We
was
got-
great.
We got 2 topics left in today's show, and one specifically we have to get to because I was waiting for a day Tyvis was on
Yeah.
to do it. We're going to get to the first